Boom, here we go. Another episode. We are back. The token of the truth. I am your main man, Freddie B. I'm in New York, but I'm here with my co-host who's live from a special location.
Hey guys, I'm live from Antigua. And even though I'm on vacation, the show must go on. I'm Lady Drea Renee. So excited to be here tonight.
And it just barely went on. You got a little too much in your vacation mode. You almost forgot about the people.
I did not forget about the people. I was just having a nice dinner, but now we are here, Freddie B, doing the thing.
Hey, we all ain't able. We all ain't got friends in high places. We all ain't able. You see me like you all put together and say, I need a haircut. I look homeless. I got my homeless thing going on.
You look very nice, Freddie. You look very nice.
Tell me anything.
Freddie, happy Valentine's.
Oh, today is Valentine's Day. You're right.
It was Valentine's Day?
Yeah. I really don't celebrate Valentine's Day. It doesn't make sense.
Valentine's Day doesn't make sense, even if you have a special someone?
Doesn't make sense.
Okay, but you have celebrated it, right? Like you've gotten girls flowers and did the thing. Like you've done that, right?
For Valentine's Day?
Obviously, Freddie, we're talking about Valentine's, yes.
No, not for Valentine's Day, no.
In your whole life on this earth, you have.
No. It isn't. Why? Like here's the thing.
I'm gonna have to ask your ex.
Here's the thing. Like, and so I'm not gonna say I've never done anything, but the things I've done has been just to placate her. Just to placate the woman.
There we go. Okay, that's
but here's the thing, like I kind of like years ago, man. I just got away from it because I'm like I'm doing this just to placate her. Like, why is that in a relationship? I'm doing something. I'm being demonstrative and doing these things just to placate my partner. It was like no.
And what is wrong with that, Freddie? If it's something that's going to make your partner happy, I had an interesting conversation today about.
Do tell.
Okay. I had an interesting conversation today about doing things that make you uncomfortable for your partner, right? Okay. And I got a very interesting take on it. And the person said, why go out of your comfort zone and do something you don't want to do to make someone else happy? And if you're not living your authentic self, and if it involves, I should, I have to, I need to, you shouldn't be doing it. And he said, what if you just show up exactly as you are and your partner shows up exactly as they are, and then that's true intimacy, right? Like you're not, I gotta do this because she wants me to, or I gotta go play golf because he wants me to. But I always felt like that was part of being in a relationship. You do things at times that you don't want to do, like move in together before you get married. Which is our lovely topic tonight. But yes, what are your thoughts on doing things? I guess I do know your thoughts that you don't want to do to make.
Actually, here's the thing. Like with anything, there's nuance, and there's nuance here. I think that's because it's called compromise. So that's a part of relationship. You gonna have to compromise. You compromise different things, like the baby crying. You don't want to get up. She don't want to get up. One of y'all got to get up to take care of the baby. So like, okay, I'll do that because, it's about y'all loving each other. And then you go through, you're like, okay, she just got done doing something. I know she's tired. I've been at home. I wasn't doing anything. So I'll get up. You lay down, babe. I'll get up and do it. I'll get up, take care of the baby, give the baby whatever he needs, because it's like I'm thinking, because it comes with thinking of the other person. You know what I mean? It's kind of similar to the conversation I had with this with Nick from Exile. Nicole, I had a conversation with her about sex in a relationship. We can come back to that. But with this, like, you definitely compromise. But as it pertains to why we brought this up, Valentine's and celebrating Valentine's Day, the thing is that I worked in retail. That was one of my first jobs. Well, really my only job. And I understand the concept of retail, understand how that's been built. Same thing with the De Beers Corporation. If you know anything about diamonds and the De Beers Corporation, they own all the diamond mines, but they had these diamonds because diamonds were nothing in the early 1800s, 1700s. Like they weren't really found. But when they first were found, nobody wore diamonds. Back in the day, people wore rubies, emeralds, pearls, precious stones. But the De Beers Corporation found these big mines, all these diamonds. They got to make people want them so they can sell them. And so they're like, okay, what can we do? Let's go to America, because America is the king of conspicuous consumption.
Consumerism. Yeah.
And right, and consumerism, and let's put this out: a diamond is forever. You got to spend 3 months of your salary on a ring and
I
all this
didn't
type of
know that
stuff.
came from a commercial. This whole idea of three
Yeah,
months was a commercial. I didn't know that.
the
I just
Beers Corporate,
recently learned
a
that.
diamond is
Yeah.
forever, doing all that, and so the initial diamond mines they found were big, gigantic diamonds. So they was like, it was all about engagement rings, 3 months, get the biggest rock you can. You don't love her unless you get her the biggest rock. Everybody looking at a diamond is forever. The size of a rock is the size of your love. Then the De Beers Corporation found diamond mines in Russia that had smaller diamonds. So then they created the whole thing of renewing your love. After you've been married, you buy
Oh,
anniversary band. You buy anniversary band 50 years,
that's
and
special.
this how you renew your love. And you don't get a big rock. You get a bunch of smaller diamonds that go all the way around the ring to show that your love is actually forever. So it's all marketing. So when it comes down to Valentine's Day once again is marketing. It's like, oh, I got to show you I love you. But the thing is that if that's the case, then I could just save up all of what I want to do for Valentine's Day, go ham on Valentine's Day, and the rest of the year you get nothing. Or I could just continuously throughout the year show you that I love you on March 2nd, on October 11th,
Okay,
just
I totally
random
get that.
days.
But
That's me.
I like, okay, and I
That's me.
absolutely get that. I appreciate that. However, I do enjoy celebrating things. Now, it could just be something as simple as we make dinner at home. I don't need all the big hoopla. You
We
wrote
making
me a
dinner.
card. What
We
is,
making dinner
I'm just,
anyway.
I know, but I like the idea of it being like, oh, it's a special planned something. I like that stuff. I'm into it. It doesn't necessarily need to come with all the like things, although I do like a couple things, but I'm just
We know you
saying.
like. We can look at your background, see that you like some things.
Like some things, okay? But I'm just saying if it doesn't, depending on everyone's situation, it's more just the effort of feeling special. Yes, and then just throughout the year, of course, I like feeling special.
See,
And,
because
and for my partner too, not just me.
see, here's the thing. Like, if I'm gonna do celebratory things and all that type of stuff, I want to make it personal to us. I'm gonna make it personal to you. Valentine's Day. That's like a suit off the rack. Like me, I'm trying to tailor that bad boy perfectly to every nook, cranny, and curve that exists on my woman's body. Like I'm doing things for us, for you. Like
Okay.
everything I do, this was specifically for me. I know this was created. He created this specifically for me. Not he did this and it's just the day that everybody else. Because Valentine's Day trying to go to dinner is nuts. Trying to do anything is nuts.
I agree with you. Going to dinner on Valentine's is a thing, and I'd rather do something at home. I agree with you on that.
So it's like, my thing with Valentine is like, okay, we just sit, we watch TV, but we doing that every other day. So there's nothing special about it that we doing special. It's just I'm sitting here. I might give you an extra, like, hey, happy Valentine's Day, babe. I love you. And then boom, that's it.
No,
but I'm not about to buy you like do this and do that and do this, that, and the third on Valentine's Day.
A little card.
Nah,
a little
I mean, 'cause like I said, me, I'm the type of person, just period. Like I'm just living life. I'm gonna. You're my woman. You're my wife. You're gonna be on my head, and then I'm gonna know you. And then when I'm out in life, I'm gonna see things that I know that relates to you, and then you gonna get them. I'm not gonna wait till Valentine's. Because the thing is if that's the case, at least the middle of January, all the way to Valentine's Day, I'm not doing nothing. Anything I do, I'm saving it for Valentine's Day.
Hey, come on.
I'm not gonna do it before Valentine's Day. The Valentine's Day, I don't do nothing. You like, oh, you don't love me? Like, it's like what? Like I just
you say it.
So
I know what you mean, but I think it's just the vibe, the feeling. Everyone's out there doing it. I need a little something.
Exactly. You just said it. The vibe. Everybody else out there doing it. There you go.
The vibe. Yeah. You need
See, that's what I'm saying.
Just a meme. Like I don't even care. You post me on Instagram or whatever. Just a little something. Make it special. That's me. I like that stuff.
Because you try to keep up with your friends. Now, if you try to keep up with your friends, I get it.
Listen,
I get it.
No.
I get it. You try to keep up with your friends. Your friends she's posting on IG. I got the rose.
If you know me, I love birthdays. I love Christmas. I love 4th. I love celebrating holidays. That's just what I like to do. So something as simple as Valentine's, you wrote me a handwritten note. cool. You left me a little love note in the bathroom. Wonderful. I'm not saying you need to come with all the baubles and the diamonds, although I'll take them. But I'll take them. But I'm saying if you just do a little something to make it. I'm not difficult. I'm simple. And so Freddie.
You just rattled off all the holidays. I like celebrating bang, 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 bang. 4th of July, Veterans Day, Memorial Day. I like celebrating. Me got to celebrate.
First of all, Freddie, I'm not saying that you have to do something on those days for me. I'm just saying I want to go see fireworks on 4th of July. That's it.
I have to do something for you. Got to take you to the fireworks.
What you mean? I can take myself to the fireworks. I'll drive us to the fireworks. What you mean? You just got to go with me.
I got to go with you. What if I want to sit at home? Sit at home, have a couple of friends over.
That's
sit
totally
at home,
fine.
couple of friends come over.
I'll go with my girlfriends. You don't have to go.
You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? But I'm going. Freddie. I'm leaving you.
Freddie, now you're being ridiculous. I'm leaving you. If it's something I want to do and you don't want to go, hello? Freddie, am I not supposed to go watch my fireworks because you want to stay at home with your friends?
Okay, so let me ask you this. Okay, July 4th. July 4th. Got a cookout at the house. You want to go see fireworks. You're like, okay, boom, I'm gonna go with my girlfriends. And I set up, I have a couple of friends coming over, and then you find out that my guy, his wife, she bringing 2 of her girlfriends over, and then you remember last time we went, she was giving me action. I ain't see it, but you like, I know she likes you. You still going with your friends to the fireworks, or you staying your ass at the house?
I'm going to see my fireworks, and I trust you. Y'all be right back.
You go right, yeah. That's you. You gonna shoot down there, pew 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 pew. All right, I gotta go, girls. I got to go. I'm driving myself. I got to go. I'm getting an Uber home. I gotta get back home because that hussy. I'm not leaving that hussy at home with my man. Because you say hussy. I know you say hussy.
I don't say hussy. I do not.
Go
okay,
ahead.
exactly. Thank you, Diamond Carter. She sounds like me because I'm a go regardless. Exactly. You declined. I'm still going. I got to see that. Bow, bow. Thank you, Diamond.
Thank you, Diamond. Look, Diamond. Diamond. Look, let's bring up. Look, we're gonna bring up her comment. She sounds like me because I'm gonna go regardless. Although you declined, I'm still going. That's shout out my girl, my homegirl Diamond. We went to school together, so you know. I guess she shares your ideology. She going regardless. She gonna leave me at home with the girl, with all the women that like me, and you know, just leave me alone. You know, like me
Freddie,
personally, I'm like, nah.
You're a charismatic person, Freddie. So if I'm gonna be with you and worry about every woman that's coming up, I'm gonna be attached to you like this at the hip. I ain't got time for that. I gotta go.
You make a very valid point there. And so with that, I can't really. I don't have a strong enough comeback. I don't really have a strong comeback for that. I don't have a strong comeback for that.
To the bathroom? Where you going? Outside to get the mail? I'm on my way.
Is that you talking like that?
I'm just saying.
Where you going? Where you going?
Where you going? I've definitely known to be a little bit of a where are you going? Where are you going, babe? To the bathroom. Okay, I'll be here. See ya.
That is you. But going back to what you said, like there's definitely a level of compromise you got to have with your partner. You got to, and it's times that you don't want to do something that you do it for them, and vice versa. And it's based on because it's all about the other person. Like your focus is the other person. It's them above you. So as a woman, your man should be before you. How you agree with me and I made it personally you and then it hits you in the chest? I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna say it again, ladies. As a woman, as a wife, your husband is before you in your life. Your husband is before you.
Guys, please comment, like, and share all of this as we're chatting.
Your husband should be before you.
No. She said, no. Hello.
Olamiji Pierce. Now, so I know her too. This is somebody I know too. And Miji, she's a tough one. I remember in school, she was. Yeah, Miji, I remember in school, she was like that. She was like that. I think I've seen her close fist punch somebody in the face before. Beautiful girl. But she's
the first rule.
No, self-preservation is the rule when you're single. When you're
Freddie,
single, self-preservation
Freddie,
is the rule.
what
Yes.
about when you're on an airplane and they say you got to put your mask on yourself first, right? Before
That's
you
an airplane. That's a terrible analogy.
That is
That's a terrible.
no,
That's
no,
a
it's not.
terrible.
It's a great analogy for life, because as you're breaking down, you have to make sure you're at center first with yourself, have your own self stuff going on before you can go and be of service to other people. Freddie, what are you talking about?
No, that's when you're single. That's when you're single. When
Oh my
you're
gosh,
married, when you're married and you're with somebody,
okay.
Cause I got these headphones on. These are noise canceling headphones.
I'm gonna put this comment up. I'm putting this comment up right here.
I'll take it down. I'll take it down.
Keep it up. Thank you.
So look, here's the thing. You can't give from an empty cup. Here's the problem. Listen. Okay, let's go. Let me go into my monologue mode.
Oh, God.
So guys, look, listen. Thing is if you have an empty cup and you're married, that's a problem. You chose the wrong person. Because here's the thing: when you're single, listen, stop it. When you're single, self-preservation is the rule. But when you're with somebody, they should be filling your cup. You should be filling their cup. Now, if you're with them and you have an empty cup, that's when you go to that person and let them know, like, hey, my cup is empty. Then y'all work. You let them know, because sometimes people slip. Players slip. Players have up sometimes. Players miss the mark. That's when you go, and that's also why premarital counseling is a must. You should definitely have premarital counseling when you're engaged. And then when you get married, you should at least once a year have a session of counseling, if not more. Every year don't matter if it don't matter what's going on. It's called maintenance, it's called check-in. So here's the thing. That's the problem with so many relationships. That's the problem with so many relationships. People get into relationships and they try to fill their own cup. Nobody can fill your cup better than your partner, because one, it's like this. A good analogy. Here's the thing. Listen, a good analogy is you got a cup on your head. Everybody walking with their own cup on their head. Why you keep popping these things? Everybody feeling come to a relationship whole. I got that part. Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. Yeah, no, now that's correct. You come to the relationship whole, but when you're in the relationship, you got to maintain the cup filled. And the thing is, it's two different things when you talk about come to a relationship whole and your cup being filled. Those are two different things as well. Some people are broken and you can't fill the cup. The cup is broken. They're broken. Their cup is broken. You pour in, it don't leak out. So they got to heal that. But once your cup is healed and it can hold water, then it's, like I said, it's on the top of your head. And is it easier for you to fill your cup up on your own or somebody else to fill it up? If you carry it on top of your head, it's easier for them to fill it up. And so here's the thing. Why would you be with somebody who can't attend to your needs, can't fill you up, don't know you enough?
Freddie, you are responsible for your own.
No, answer my question.
Freddie, I am answering your question. I think my happiness is my responsibility. Now, I want
right now when you're single.
No, in life. I want somebody to add this. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett said this. Maybe that's not the best example. However,
oh my God, Jesus Christ! Oh my Lord, Will Smith, Jada Pinkett. Are you serious?
But they did give some good numbers. They did give. That's
top 5 most toxic relationships I've ever seen in my life. Top 5,
okay,
easily.
Whatever. I did like what he said about maintaining its own happiness, and Jada added to it. Right? He was like, "You can't make."
That's before.
No, they're talking about in relationship, Freddie. They're talking about while they're in.
Jada added to it.
Added to it. Yes, added. Not. What do you mean? She added.
Okay. If I add 4,
if it's core of it, it's up to you. It's up to you. Yes. I love the silence.
Right. The silence is definitely. She added to what he already was before he met her, is what he was saying.
Exactly.
Once you, because here's the thing, the part you're missing is that when you become married, what do you become? One person, right? One person. There you go. That's the song I was thinking about. I was thinking about that Spice Girl song. Exactly. You are one. She is one, or in your case, you're one, he is one. Y'all are whole, like Miji said earlier, y'all whole, and you're responsible for your happiness. He's responsible for his happiness. Then you guys come together and become one. No, it's not parallel. No, you become intertwined. You
I
become
think it's
intertwined. No, here's the thing. I have
people
shot.
are saying this is a problem now, and they're going like this now. I
No,
think
and,
that's the
and they're
thing.
wrong, and they're actually wrong. Like parallel means you can come apart. That's why divorce so high, because people just still, I'm by myself. I'm gonna be me, but I'll stand next to you. But I'm gonna be me. No,
But I
look, here's
think
the
this
thing.
is what's happening now.
Wrong. Here's the thing. I have shot several weddings. I used to run a video business in Nashville. That's one thing.
Okay.
If I don't remember one thing, if I don't remember anything from a wedding, one thing I do remember is just about every single wedding I shot,
Okay.
after they said I do, and the officiant, I now pronounce you man and wife, that whole deal. Every single person they have some a show of how they became inner one, where they can't be separated, where they took two separate vials of sand and poured them into one, to where you
Okay.
can't disconnect the sand, or they took two separate candles and lit one unlit candle, and then the flames combined together. It's a combination of two people. It's a combination of families. It's a combination. That's why people say mom and law, but really should be just my mom. I got another mom. I got another dad. I got more sisters and brothers. It's a combination of family, because when you have children and your lineage continues, those children, they're related to all of them. That's auntie, uncle, grandma, grandpa, all of that.
Right.
It's a combination. You're not standing next to each other to still be separate. If you're doing that, you're hustling backwards.
I do believe that you can be intertwined, Freddie, and I know what you're saying, but I'm saying at the end of the day, like the things that I'm doing for myself and how I'm filling my own cup, that's my responsibility. It's not my husband's responsibility to
prior
do things
to meeting him.
No,
prior to
Freddie,
meeting him.
if I'm not Freddie, listen, okay, I've listened to you. If you've been talking about this here, I'm saying this can still work, Freddie. Because every day that I wake up, I get out of bed, I got to put on my own shoes. Like, he cannot do this stuff for me. Whatever I need to fill my own cup, I have to do on my own. My husband can't make me do these things. He can inspire me. He can try to motivate me. But at the end of the day, it's going to come from me. I got to get out of bed. I got to go to yoga. I got to drink my green juice. I got to go on my run. All the things that fulfill me. I know what you're talking about, being a single person. And some of these things change when you're in a relationship. But at the end of the day, I have to do them. He cannot do them for me. So I got to be my best self, then show up with him to be our best selves together. Does that make sense? You can still be like this too, but I get what you're saying with the analogy. But at the end of the day, it's my responsibility to deal with Drea. And then Drea, the wife, the mother, gets to be her best self and show up to the relationship. Hello?
So Drea, you name like of course, if you're gonna go to yoga, you have to go yourself. Like, I can't pick you up and carry you. Like, yes,
But
of
that's
course.
what I'm
like
talking about. For me to be my best self.
Okay, you're talking about like actually. The thing is we're talking about emotionally and spiritually. And intellectually.
Okay.
Physically, like you have to physically do it. Like, nobody can like make you. Like, yeah, of course, that goes without saying, right? Like, if you want to go to yoga and that's what you want to do, and that's a hobby of yours, obviously you got to get up and go there, or tell him to take you there, however that's going to work. We're talking about, when you talk filling people's cup, because I wasn't speaking literally. I wasn't saying literally you walk around with a cup on your head and literally I'm pouring liquid into your cup.
Literally.
Right. There you go. So I'm talking about emotionally, because the thing is, when we talk about filling each other cup and being full inside, we're talking about emotionally. We're talking about spiritually. We're talking about those aspects. And so the thing is that when you finally find somebody to be with, that's a part of what they should be doing.
Okay, that I agree with.
Because the thing is if you're in a relationship with somebody and I still got to take care of myself, I still got to feel myself emotionally, I still got to do all this, but I'm with this person, it's like, why are you with them? What's the point? Because that's the overarching thing.
A person can add, Freddie. They're adding, making your life better, right? But I feel like it's still my job to fill my cup as well. I don't think if my cup is empty. Now, at different points in a marriage, different points in your relationship, yes, can your husband come in, give you motivation, pick you up, help you feel better? Yes, for sure. But I don't think that that's just how it goes. I think all these dynamics can change.
Here you go with this. Here you go with this.
Freddie.
I don't think how it goes. All you think can change. You know, however we want to do it, we can do it.
No, Freddie, I don't think it's however you want to do it. But Freddie, neither of us, one, are married. Okay, number one. So we have no idea what it's like to be with somebody for 20 years.
I'll say this. I'll say this. Neither one of us are married, but, huh?
Okay. Wait, what? What are you going to say?
You said, have I been engaged?
No. I'm saying neither of us are engaged or married right now. We're not.
I mean, I've been engaged, but not married. But here's the thing, because one thing I have done is I've, like, anybody I meet that's been married over 10, 15 years, I have in-depth conversations with every single time.
Agree.
Every single time I have in-depth conversations. Like I get to the nitty-gritty, and every last one of them, you see I've seen a common thread. It don't matter if they white, older, black, Mexican, like just culture different. You see a common thing, and it's that person has to be there for you. You cannot do it on your own. You cannot. Your focus cannot be yourself. But that's called being selfish. That's called being selfish.
I agree.
And so,
you're in a relationship, sure.
Right. And so going back to the reason why we have this conversation right now is because I said, women, your first priority is your man. That's why we got here. Your first priority is your man. That is your focus.
And
because the thing
priority me? Is that right? Yeah.
That's what but I'll let you say that. I'll let you say that to the audience.
Yeah, it should be the same for both.
No, say women, your first priority is your man. It's your man, then you.
Your first priority is your woman, if that's the case.
I mean, it's not always one for one, but in this case, it's a 1 for 1. Yes. The man, not all the time. Everything ain't a 1 for 1. In this case, it is.
All
yes.
of a sudden it can change?
What you mean?
Wait, what do you mean? How is it not a 1 for 1, Freddie? I'm
talking about in other situations. I'm talking about this topic. Yes, it's a 1 for 1. I'm saying everything ain't a 1 for 1, but this topic is a 1 for 1. Yes, as a man, your first priority is your woman. Like, okay, for example, look at LeBron and Savannah. Would you not agree? They got a nice union.
Yeah. They got a nice union.
Okay, you really? I'm in LA, and I know LeBron. He tried to shoot at my girlfriend.
I'm not saying anything.
Because here's the thing. Like,
but yes, outside they have a great union. Sure.
So, like for example, I'll give you an example of something that's not a 1 for 1. Exercising options cheating. That's not a 1 for 1.
Okay, Freddie, that is another episode, and we can get into that. But
we can get in that. But right,
oh my god!
But here's the thing with LeBron.
That everyone heard that what you said, that cheating is not a 1 for 1. There will be an episode on that, you guys.
Oh, we will be. Make sure you get your popcorn for that. But going back to what I'm saying is, you can tell people who have good unions. No union is perfect. You're gonna have that's the thing. Every single person I've talked to that's been married over 30 years, they always get to a point to where you see darkness. I've talked to them. I've seen darkness in their eyes talking about their husband and or wife, or wife. I've seen darkness in their eyes. It let me know like they've been through some stuff, some stuff to where it's like, bro, like we got to really try. We got to really press in to stay together because right now, not even I don't like you. It is like I want to shoot you, I want to stab you, I want to hurt you, I want to do bodily harm to you. Like every single person.
What Viola Davis said, she goes, if you haven't wanted to murder your spouse, have you even been married? Viola Davis said that.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing. But what I will say is that despite it all, you can always look at the spouse, and that'll tell you about the other person. This is a common thing. You look at Savannah glowing, so you know LeBron doing what he need to do. LeBron skin, he looked good, so you know Savannah doing what she need to be doing. Like Savannah looked better now than she did when they first met.
I mean, to be fair, they are in Hollywood, so you can can do a couple things.
They ain't always been in Hollywood. Savannah has always looked good. Like she's been progressing, looking better. But here's the thing. It's a man I used to go to church with, Orman and Debbie. They were like, his name is Orman, her name was Debbie. Older couple. I remember that was the first time I ever saw a Porsche. He had a Porsche 911 at church. But when you see them, I call her Sister Debbie because she was older, but Sister Debbie, she just always looked good. Like Sister Debbie, she just looked put together. She looked good. She looked glowing. She just looked great all the time. The same thing with Orma. And they still married now. They've been married, I think now like 50 years. But like we talk about
it.
Because it's a thing to where because it's work, man. People don't understand marriage is a business and it's work. It's work and it's a business. And you got to choose. Like when people say, I choose him. Think about that word. Think about this word when you say you choose.
Every day. You have to choose your partner every single day.
Right. Now, but think about that. Think about if you got to choose. Let me ask you this, Drea. Because you know you're a woman of fine taste. You're a woman of fine taste. If I put before you a Mercedes G-Wagon, Mercedes G-Wagon, and a Ford Fiesta.
Oh, Freddie, come on.
Is that a choice? Is that a choice?
I mean,
is that even a choice?
Really. Not really.
Right. It's not a choice. Not really. It's not a choice. You would never. There's no circumstance where you take a Ford Fiesta. You take a G-Wagon every single day.
However,
all day
Freddie,
a week.
However, after 20, don't look at me like that. After 20 years, that G-Wagon, you bought it, it's yours, you've had it for a while, and maybe it's not working that great. You got to put some extra work into it. You stay committed to it.
You getting ahead of yourself. Listen to what I'm about to say. You getting ahead of my analogy. Listen to what I'm about to say. Listen to what I'm about to say. I'm breaking down the word choice. A choice is when you have two viable options. That's the thing. Like a lot of people forget that part. When you choose that person every day, that means that there are other viable options that it would be plausible for you to choose that. But people don't get that part. People think that the choice is supposed to be easy, that I'm supposed to look at him or look at her and then just pick her. Like, no, you might look at him and it might be another guy that's like, it's another guy who makes the money, looks good, the whole thing. But the man you with, he was texting a girl. He was texting a girl funny, and it was like, "Are you cheating on me?" But then this other guy is like, "I could just go with him, and he worships the ground I walk on. I could just leave." But it's a choice. You got to choose your man. Once you marry somebody, you got to choose them, even good, bad, or ugly, for better, for worse.
For sure. But I do think you still in a relationship of long term. My longest relationship is 6 years, right? And I was. Did
you get a ring?
He wanted to. I wasn't ready. I didn't want to do it, so that was on me.
After 6 years,
I was young. I wasn't ready.
What's young? What's young there? What's young, Drea?
I was 22. I was young. I didn't want to do it.
After 6 years, so you was with him for 6 years. So you met him when you were 17. Yes, I dated at 17.
We started dating at 17. Yeah, we did, and he was probably the most amazing person ever. Listen. And this goes. Listen.
Why would you not? What was you waiting on?
Can you calm down? I'm
confused.
It's fine. I'm 22. I didn't want to do it. I wanted to go do the other things because it's just what I wanted to do at the time, Freddie. That's what I wanted to do. Why though? Because I felt that there was more life to live, and I do not regret my choice. I mean, I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. That's what it was.
I get. But a lot of women do that. A lot of women say that.
Yeah, but then if I would have stayed with him, Freddie, and then I would have cheated on the guy and been super unhappy, that would have been a better choice.
How do you know that? Freddie. How you just throwing still like what? I'm staying with him. I would cheated with him. I had babies by 2 other guys. I married. Like what? How did you get there?
They would have babies because I know.
How do you know?
Freddie. Anyway, the point is that.
So what's the alternative? You were 22 with an amazing guy. Now you're.
Freddie, I understand what you're saying. However, that was the choice I made. I'm not going to go back and look back and be like, oh, I should have done all this stuff. That's what I did then. And that's what happened.
What would you say to girls that's 21, 22 now in your same position?
I would not say
would you would tell them to do the same thing you did?
Yes, I would not tell them. If you don't want to get married at 21, 22, why?
No. That's not what I said. I didn't say that if the girl don't want to get married, there ain't no point. I'm saying if a girl listen. If a girl is 22 right now, she knows she's with an amazing man, and you met him, and you're like, yeah, he's an amazing guy, and then she says, but he wants to get married, and and she asks you, am I too young? Should I do it? You would tell her, no, don't get married. You're too young.
If you have any feeling in you that you feel like you want to go do other things, If that's strong in you, then I don't suggest getting married. But if this is what you want to do right now and you feel like you can show up as a great wife, then yes, go do it. Absolutely. I personally think it's a little young to get married, which is what I think.
So you would tell her that she's so just to recap, she's with an amazing guy, but she's 22, and
yes.
wait, just a recap.
Why do we
You would
need to
tell her,
recap?
hey, don't get married and then jack him off, and you might end up, almost 40, early 40s, still single with no kids, and you would tell her that.
Freddie, I do not regret my choice. I do not regret my choice.
I'm not talking about your choice. I'm not talking about. I don't regret my choices either. I know you don't regret your choices,
no,
but the choices I don't regret. If I was talking to a guy, I still would I wouldn't advise you to do that.
On some other things, maybe, but this particular thing, I do not think that someone at that age, Freddie, if you feel that there's things that you want to go do and that's in you and it's burning in you, no, I do not think that you need to all of a sudden settle down, because there are people who do make that choice and they regret it for the rest of their lives. They have the kids. Let me finish, Freddie. They get married. They have the kids. I know I need my bell right now. And then you feel stuck. You didn't get to do all these things, and you didn't get to go see the world, and you have that, and then you end up cheating on each other, and you end up divorced by the time you're 40 or 35 anyway. Do you know what I mean? So then what? So I don't agree with that. If you
and then transversely, there are people, even more people who've gotten married at that point in time, happily married, had kids, and they living their best life, looking at people who are 40 still single. Talking about, wait, let me finish. And there are people who are transversely gotten married at 22, had kids, had a great life, laid up with their husband, looking at the people who are 40, talking about there's piss in the dating pool, ain't no good men, F these men, hot girl summer, but looking miserable and like, damn, sucks to be you.
Miserable. Yeah. But Freddie, you could say that about anything. And there are people also.
My point. That is my point. There you go. There you go.
If you are that age and you don't want to do it, I'm not going to tell somebody to force themselves to go get married, because the possibility that you're going to be single in 20 years.
No.
That's
crazy. It's not about forcing somebody to get married. It's about.
Also saying that marriage is the only way. Marriage and kids is the only way. That's the only thing that you can do. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Wait, time out. Okay. Oh, wait, time out.
By the way, we're not even getting to our subject today.
Wait. We don't get there. We don't get there. Wait, but time out. You said that's not the only way. As far as I know, that's what I want to do. Is that not what you want to do?
I'm just saying, yes, it's what I want to do. But
there you go. Hypotheticals
for everybody. It matters.
If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. Like, you talking about some hypothetical person that we don't know exists.
But you're also speaking, Freddie, like that's the only way to do everything. So that 22-year-old, if she doesn't get married and have kids,
Lord Jesus,
one
day.
Let's call him the Lord.
Wait, one day in this podcast, we gonna get past absolutes. I say it all the time. Nothing is absolute except for death and taxes. Somehow or another, we always end back with everything. I've never said that. I've never said the only all. I've never said that. Generally, because I'm speaking, because I'm assuming you know. I'm assuming you understand. You know what I'm saying. Generally speaking, people want to find their other half, get married, and have children. Well, generally speaking, like, yes, do you got some people who are eunuchs? Do you got some people who are nuns? Do you got some people who are asexual? Yes, you have all those people. You have some people who are not turned on by the female species. You have some people who's not turned on by the male species. You have some people not turned on by anything. You have all of that. But I am not about to sit here in this podcast and speak about every single thing across the world.
For all the people. I'm here for those other people, those unicorns.
I'm speaking about heterosexual relationship, because I'm heterosexual. I'm not speaking about homosexual relationship. I'm not speaking about sexual fluidity. You like men, women, trans men, non-binary. I can't speak on that, so I'm not gonna speak on it. That's like me speaking on lacrosse. I've never played lacrosse, so somebody starts talking lacrosse, I'm like, listen to him. I know,
but the people listening to this podcast, I think it's important to show other points of view as well. I do. And also,
Well,
you guys, make sure you comment on everything that we're
yes,
saying.
yeah. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, follow, all of that, guys. Every Tuesday we here at 9 o'clock arguing. So, but here's the thing, we we're gonna have people come on to speak to these extra things.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, we're gonna have specialists to come in to add those aspects to it, but we aren't that specialist, so you can't speak to that because you want a man and you want to be married and you won't kids.
I understand, but I still have my opinions. Thank you, Corey D. Appreciate that. But I still have my opinions, Freddie. That's me. I'm Drea Renee. I'm say what I gotta say.
What are you? Okay. You got opinions based on something you don't believe in. Okay, it's fine. That's fine.
It's
totally
not about
fine.
me not believing in it. It's about my experiences with other people and hearing stories about how other people live their lives. Get the camera back up.
Lord Heavenly Father, this is gonna be a journey. So look. So let's get to our topic, shacking up. We've got to this point, shacking up, right? Shacking up. So a lot of people like now, because also going back, we're living together before marriage. The thing is, FOMO is a real thing. That's what I wanted to say earlier. FOMO is a real thing, and it sounds like you got caught up in that talking to the 22-year-old hypothetical woman who got the amazing man. I might miss out. FOMO, fear of missing out. That's why Instagram sucks.
Childhood modeling had a lot to do with that as well. Which monkey see, monkey do, and that was on both of our ends, right? And so, yeah, some of that's just like I just thought you were supposed to do certain things, and he thought you were supposed to do certain things. So that's just kind of how that panned out.
I mean, the thing is, you can write your own path. You never want to get caught up in the FOMO. Like the world we live in now is strong on the FOMO. You could be with an amazing person, a truly amazing person. That's your other half, and it's time to get out the game. But a lot of people won't get out the game because I'm too young, or it's some other stuff still out here for me, and this, that, and third. And that person leaves, and now you gotta settle for the second best option. You had the first best option, now the second best option. 100%. Now that I have nothing to base it on, but that I'm a firm believer of. We'll meet that one person that's the best for us, and either we pick them or we don't. If we don't pick them, God ain't bringing. Listen,
right.
Listen. Wait, I ain't even done. I ain't even finished my sentence. I said you'll meet because you only date one person. You don't try to marry one person, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. There you go. So you'll meet that one person that is your match. That's the best match. And if you throw them away, the next match that comes is not going to be the same level. It's not going to be as good as that person. It's going to be a little bit lower. And you continue. You're not going to continue on to meet somebody who trumps all them. I think. Listen. Wait. Listen. Once again, I'm not speaking to absolutes, ma'am. Let me say that because you think every person in the world, every single person on the face of the earth, that's what they do. Is that what you're telling me, Freddie? Everybody always and all time? No, ma'am. But generally speaking, I think that's the case.
What are you talking about?
Generally speaking, I think that's the case. Generally speaking, I think that's the case.
So the first person that you date?
No. I didn't say the first person.
Not first. Listen, the first person you date that's amazing. The person you think is, oh my God, this person is the best.
No. Listen what I'm saying. I'm not saying the first person you think is amazing. Throughout, like you think all the guys you've been with, think you said that like shoot. Dude, I mean, which one? This one?
That is not what I meant.
Okay, I didn't know.
Okay, no, thanks.
Okay. Make sure. Okay, so, but what I'm saying is, we don't know, but throughout all those guys, more than likely, one of those guys, probably the one you said you was amazing, you just threw away because you said you was too young, but one of those guys probably was your best match, and you decided for whatever reason, I'm good. I'm gonna keep it moving to find something better, and that's usually how I would say that's my little personal opinion. But bringing ourselves to shacking up, living together before marriage, I disagree with it.
Well, you're also speaking from some experience in this too, because you almost did it and then you did it, right? Remember our parking lot conversation? You were thinking about it, right? And then you decided.
Well, I think everybody has experience one way or the other.
What do you mean?
Everybody, if you're almost 40, like we are, then everybody has some experience on whether you live together or you don't live together prior to getting married
I
with somebody.
Yeah, I lived with someone for the first. I had never lived with anybody for the first time, and we lived together
Yeah.
for.
You have experience as well.
So you've never lived with anyone
No,
that you were dating?
no.
Okay. I mean, I understand what you're saying, and I understand the statistics.
I
Look, I'm
understand,
just
but
being
I
honest.
disagree.
For me, I'm going to have a little bit of an idea of what's going on, because once you're like together and you cannot go anywhere else, if you have your own household or whatever, I just feel like you learn a lot about a person. And if I'm committing my life to this person, I need to know how these things operate. And I don't think if you can just go to your own home for the weekend that you're going to find these things out. I just think for me, I need to like test the car before I right off the lot.
That analogy is horrible, horrible analogy.
Well, it's the one I'm
Truly,
using. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
I
That's
gotta
not
know
your
how
first.
to drive.
That's not your first time using a horrible analogy. So
Okay, that's
we're
your
not.
opinion, Freddie. Thank you.
I'm pretty sure we'll hear some more horrible analogy from you as this thing goes on. That was
Anyway,
horrible. So, but here's the thing, man. Everything you're saying, like people talk about, I need to get to know you, so I need to live with you. Every woman I've ever dated, I've been over her house numerous times, spent the night, spent considerable time there, never lived there.
but
Never
didn't she
lived
want
there.
you to live there before? Your ex, she wanted you to live
I
together?
mean, every girl, and to be honest, I'm not trying to make this sound
Oh,
any
let
type
him
of
toot it.
way.
Everyone, listen up. The horn's
I'm
about to
not,
toot.
I'm not, yeah, I'm not, and I'm not trying to, but yeah, you said it, and every single girl I've dated has wanted to live with me or wanted me to live with them. Every single one.
Okay.
There's not been one that's like, hey, what are you doing with the banners? Like, what are you doing?
I was
Oh
trying to keep
Lord.
it to our names.
Every single one has wanted me to live with them, has wanted to live with me, has not wanted to leave me. They wanted to like continue waking up to me.
Was that a point of contention in your last situation?
No,
Of you guys living together?
I'm a great guy. No, listen,
No,
I
I'm
get it.
saying that you did not live with her
Are you talking
before.
about when I was engaged?
Yes.
Yeah, when I was engaged, like, yeah, I mean, but that situation, because the thing is, her and I had both the same, we were equally yoked as it pertains to spirituality. So she knew what it was, I knew what it was, but that kind of went into more so of a spiritual realm because the thing is that she got to the point where she was making like way more money than me. She was making a lot of money. She was making a lot of money. She was getting into the 250K a year threshold, which was more than me. So she was wanting me. I'm all about keeping expenses low. Cause I like having freedom. I like having freedom to do whatever the hell I want. I want to get up, like, because I'm a type like if I get married to a woman, we getting stamped up. Like we might slow down and stop when you
With
pregnant and
you?
right after.
Yeah, you getting stamped up for sure. Oh my
I
god.
said we getting
No.
stamped up.
I said with you for sure. Like,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Oh my
We getting stamped up. So,
Yeah.
but and we might slow down and stop if when she get pregnant or after that she need to
Love it.
recoup.
It's a might. It's a might. We might slow down.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, women are built. I've never been pregnant, so I don't know how that is. So I can't speak to that. But if I'm with her and she like, I'm pregnant, but let's go, let's turn up. We outside. I'm like, well, all right, you sure? We outside. I'm like, all right, let's go. Shoot, let's go. But I do understand. I do leave space for when I get married and understand that if she's pregnant, she might be like, look, my ankles, we can't. We got to sit down for some months. Cool. I've already left space. I've already prepared for that. I've already prepared for that mentally, based on whoever she is. And even after she gets married, Diamond, she said they travel still. Yeah, like I'm saying, some women travel, some women don't. I don't know. But it's gonna be up to her because she's going through the physical situation of delivering my child, and I want to make sure my child is healthy, breastfeed, all of that. That's my first priority. Because when she's pregnant, I need her to be not stressed, not going through anything. I need to be relaxed and chill. So if she don't want to travel, we're not gonna travel.
Okay,
We'll
great.
wait. After the baby comes, we're gonna breastfeed. She'll let me know. Okay, boom. I'm ready to get back outside. Cool, we back outside. But like I said, that's me.
That's
I'm
you.
me and her. You know, we gonna be getting it. You know what I mean? We gonna be getting it. And so, but I mean, but like I said, going back to the whole living together
Yes,
thing
living
is
together. What is your issue with this?
there's no benefit and there's only detriment. There's nothing to
How
gain by living
so
with
you
somebody.
think that by staying with the person for considerable amounts of time, but always keeping your place is a different thing?
No, I live where I live, you live where you live.
Okay, but what's
Like
the longest you stayed at your ex-girlfriend's house? Did you stay there for like weeks at a time? Did you stay there for just a few
no.
days? Was it always a few days and then you go home?
Yeah, I mean, maybe max 2 or 3 days.
I don't agree. I
Maybe
think
max
that
because I never brought like clothes over, bring a bunch of clothes over. That's what people normally do. They stay somewhere, they just keep bringing more and more and more
yeah.
stuff over. Next thing you know, like, well, I might as well live here. No, my stuff is at my house, and so I need to go home. I need to go home, hop in the shower, do stuff, get ready for work, live life or whatever. But the thing is that whatever I'm gonna know about living with you, like I can see if you can't
Not
clean up
true
every single
though.
time. What can a
Not
person
true.
hide that
Not true.
you gonna highlight that? What?
I was in
What,
a
a meth
situation
addiction?
like this. No, you can't hide a meth addiction, but it's just like there's something about not having somewhere else to go that changes the dynamic of the relationship. It just does. I experienced it being with someone for 4 years, doing I'm going to stay for 3 days, then go home. But then when we lived together and we were together and you couldn't just leave, it completely changes the dynamic. You all of a sudden, to me, fights are different because now I'm picking my battles because I'm like, well, I can't just get in my car and leave. So we're going to have to deal with this because I don't have anywhere to go and he doesn't have anywhere to go. So it changes the whole dynamic of the relationship. This
So
happening. You can't just see
I,
him
I, I I've
behind
never
you.
for one I like, why would you do that? I don't do that. Like if I live somewhere else, I don't like not pick my battles and just be off the rails. Like, oh, I could just leave. Like, no, because the thing is that I'm in a relationship. Like, we're here. Like, we got issue. Like, I'm here. Like, I'm not about to just go home because I can go home and then just push stuff to the side.
Yeah, but people do that because if you have that option, it
People do a lot of
changes.
stuff.
It gets real when you get that. I mean, it's
People
true.
knock up multiple people at the same time, but that don't mean you should.
Of course, it doesn't mean that you should, Freddie. But all I'm saying to you, as somebody who has lived through this experience, this is a fact for me in my experience. Going from I went over there for 3 days and now I'm going to go home to all of a sudden we got the keys together. I'd walk in sometimes and I'm like, oh my good Lord, like, oh, he getting on my last and I can't do nothing about it. And so to me, this is my big thing. So now I've never lived with this person. We get married. We just did all of this in front of God, our friends, our family. And I don't know X, Y, and Z about him. I get it. You're married, whatever. But if there's some weird thing that I'm like, I don't know how to and deal with this, it could cause problems. And to me, if we'd already experienced some of these things together and then got married, I just think it would be a lot better. That's just
What's
what I
what's
think.
the, what's the point of premarital counseling then? In counseling when you get married, what's the point of all
Why
that?
can't you? What is premarital counseling going to do for you living together? Like living together when you get
I
married?
said I said what's the point of premarital counseling and counseling after you get married? What's the point of all that then?
I think you should do all of it.
I'm saying, like, what you just said is you're saying that you can troubleshoot it on your own. If you
No, no,
troubleshoot
no,
things
no,
on your
no.
own, you just
No,
said
I
that.
think you should do all of it. I think you should
No,
do
you
all of
just
it.
you just said that.
I
You
don't
just said
think
that.
if you don't know certain things, Freddie, you don't discover them until you get that key and you have that experience. So those things that are going to come up, yeah, you can go deal with them in counseling. But if there's something that comes up that you all of a sudden didn't know about the person and that you can't deal with, then you maybe have some bigger problems. I would just rather know all of it before.
That's the part, I guess, that confuses me because, like I said, going back to what we said earlier about talking to married couples who've been married for 30, 40, 50 years, and you see that darkness in their eyes. Like, they talk about like they went through some deep stuff, and I'm trying to understand, what do you have to live? Like, if it's something that deep, you don't have to live with somebody to know that exists. If it's that serious, because the thing
I
is,
don't know.
thing is, as in today's society, we are so sanitized, we are so soft to where people can't stay together. It's like, I was with him, I live with him, and I just found out that he eats cereal in his bowl and puts his bowl back in the refrigerator. Oh, I can't deal with that. Oh my God, who does? I can't deal with this. We gotta get. It's like, what? You gotta get divorced because of that?
That's ridiculous.
Like what?
I mean, that's silly. That's silly.
No,
I mean,
but the thing is that, that's essentially what we're saying. Because the thing is that you don't have to live with somebody. Like every girl I've dated, I've never lived with any of them. But I've like my ex fiance. I didn't have to live with her to know who she was, to know I didn't need to be with her, and to know that she was gonna suck the living life out of me. My face started breaking out. It's the crazy. The kid's a crazy thing. I had met. And not even really bad mouth like that, but I had met somebody who was like deep into chakras and aligning your chakras, all that type of stuff. They met me and was like, my God, your chakras are like destroyed. I was like, what? And the thing is like right here in the middle of my head, I got like a pimple and it started to become an abscess. In the middle of my head. This was during the last year of us being together, and it started to become an abscess. It was directly right here in the middle of my forehead, in between my eyebrows, right, like perfectly in the middle. He said, like, man, he's like, bro, look at that in your head. I was like, oh, it's just a pimple. He's like, no. He put up this chart and it showed me like where your top chakra that aligns your whole body. It was right behind it. I was like, I broke up with her. As soon as the next day, my stuff started to clear up, and it slowly cleared up. My color came back, and now you can't really see it no more. Whoa. True story. But the thing is, going back to that, what I was saying about that is she started to make more money, and and then she was trying to get me to live with her, even though she knew, like, hey, also based on what you believe, because she wanted. Because she was like, we're already engaged. Let's just go ahead and move in so we can get a head start on that. Because we start planning this wedding. We plan to get married
anyway.
Right. And so the thing is that was more of a spiritual thing because, like I said, going back to keep my expenses low and da 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 da. Like where I was, my expenses was super low. She was wanting to move into an apartment. She was like, hey, look, just keep paying what you pay. I'll pay the rest. Because like I said, she's making like almost $250K a year. So she was looking at another spot in Harlem. And so she was like, just pay what you pay. Like you ain't got to. I was like, because the apartment, if I would split half or pay half, I would have doubled my rent, basically. I would have doubled my rent per month. And so she was like, hey, look, don't even worry about it. I'll pay for the rest. You just keep paying what you don't worry about that. And so what would have happened is basically like when we broke up, she brought my stuff and left and was gone. Never heard from us. Everybody was like, oh, y'all will talk again. I was like, bro, I've not heard from her. I didn't. When we was on the phone, I said, hey, maybe it might be a good thing if we stop, we end the relationship. She said, okay. And I said, hey, I got some stuff at your crib. I'll come over there and I had some jogging pants. I had 2 pairs of jogging pants over there.
Was the conversation that simple?
Like, I mean, it was a whole conversation we had leading up to that point. Then we got to that point, and then I said that, and then I was trying to be classy. I was like, I appreciate the experience. It was great. No, I'm trying to be classy. And then I finished, and it was silent. And I was like, anything you want to say? She was like, nope. She was like, no. And then I was like, okay, well, and it was like 10 o'clock at night. She said East Harlem. She said East Harlem at the time, the hood. And so I was like, hey, I'll come over there to get my jogging pants and get my stuff. She's like, no, I'll bring it to you. No, I'll bring it to you. I was like, it's 10. Like, I was like, don't worry about it. I'll walk over there and get it. I don't want you walking over at 10 at night through East Harlem to where I am. Like, I don't want you doing that. She's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'm leaving the house right now. She came, brought my stuff, never saw her again. Never saw her from her again. So that I think it's fair to say that had we moved in and broke up, she would have cut the lease, dipped, found another spot, and I would have been stuck with this astronomical rent. And then I would have probably had to move back to New York because I would have been stuck. Because I wouldn't be able to go back. So like I said, it was more of a spiritual thing of trying to disconnect me from my goals and my path and what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? So That's more so for what it was. Like, but we got dived up and she said, no, it's not true. Habits, you can't see just visiting or staying for 2 days. And that's the thing. Habits, because we're talking about staying together. If you're divorcing over somebody with a bad habit, that's you. That's you. Something you're not ready for a relationship. You're not ready to be married. You're not ready to be married if you divorce somebody over a habit.
Look,
We all got habits that don't connect.
I do agree with you that it is easy in these times to just be like, I don't want to be with him. He put the bowl and wrong in the fridge. I'm out. Like, people are not sustaining these relationships and staying together through thick and thin. I do agree with you on that. And people are just, oh, I'm on all these dating apps. I got all these options. Maybe this person's going to do it. Maybe that person's going to do it. And I will say, with the generation coming up now, it is, people are disposable. No one's doing anything. No one's getting married.
Swipe left, swipe right.
Swipe, 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 swipe.
Right.
Now look, like I was saying to you earlier, I've had a very eclectic life. Like, I've done a lot of things. I've traveled a lot. I don't do anything conventionally. Now I look back and I don't regret my decision to do those things, because I feel like, had I made other decisions, no, I don't.
Don't say you can't.
Done those decisions in the back in the day, I think I would have ended up turning into not a great person. And I know that now. I feel like I've done the things I need to do, and I feel free and open and have the space ready to do those other things. Right?
To do, when you say do those other things, do what?
Get married, have a kid. However, I'm also open to doing things not traditionally. You know,
I mean, but you have to be now.
No, I've always been open to that. Even when I was
no. I
don't have to do anything.
You have to be open to that now.
I don't have to, Freddie.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Women have a biological clock. You're born with all the eggs you're gonna have. Every period, one gone. Clock ticking down.
Eggs are frozen. It's fine.
But everybody ain't able. We talking about you might. Drea, look behind you. You have the means to go freeze your eggs, Drea. I would go so far as to say 90% of the women in the world don't have the means to just go freeze their eggs. Like, people say that just like, oh, go freeze your eggs. Like it's a free clinic. They're like, oh yeah, we're freezing. Come on, so come in here. Give him eggs. Like eggs are like this. Like you got them just in your pocket. Here, how many eggs you want? One? Okay, boom. Okay. You want these two too? 3? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna freeze these eggs. Like, no, it ain't that simple.
No,
you don't freeze eggs like that.
Yes, I understand that.
So generally speaking, like you gotta make sure you make that personal to you. Like, you might can freeze your eggs easily and freeze all the ones you want, but even when you freeze, you gotta pay rent on where they're stored.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, as you flip your hair. Right, exactly. Like that ain't like Muslims ain't freezing eggs. And then also, like, we got my man Jones. Hakim Sigmund Jones, big time in Nashville doing radio. Detriment, commit to commitment. A lot of people want to commit to commitment, not to the person. And then he just said this one, which is let me go to this one right here. Frozen eggs don't work well. There's a shortage on black sperm.
There is a shortage on black sperm. That is true.
Right, but yeah, like what you're saying, frozen eggs ain't just like the natural, like straight from the source eggs.
My point is, Freddie, is that, yeah, there's other options. That's all I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is that you have to do all those options now. You're forced to. That's my point. When you were in your 20s, you didn't have to.
The thing is, people say this stuff as if like it's over for you, and now you have to, and the life is this and that. And it's like, people do things differently. The world is not the same as it used to be. I don't think that's always the best thing, but it's like there's this energy going out right now that some of it I just don't agree with, where there's all this pressure being put on women that, oh, well, you didn't do this and you're da-da-da-da. Also, tons of men walking around in their 40s and single and whatever. They don't have
Not by choice. Not by choice.
Not by choice. It is by choice. What are you talking about?
Keep talking. I pull the stat up for you. Keep going. Keep going. I got you.
Anyway, my point is, everyone's walking around now like, oh, well, if you didn't do it then, it's just over for you, and you're expired and da-da-da. And I'm not going to walk around with that sentiment and that energy. I'm not going to do that. And I don't think that all women need to be doing that either. You better hurry up. You better hurry up. It's like, okay, you live with all that. Don't put that on me. And what do you mean men are walking around 40, single, and it's not their choice?
You talking to one right now.
What do you mean?
You're talking to a 40-year-old single man with no children who is not my choice. You're really talking to one.
I don't understand how I'm confused. I know that's what you want.
Why are you confused? Right.
I'm confused.
What are you confused by? You're talking to a man who's 40, who's single, with no children, eligible bachelor. I'm not single by choice.
Well, William said it's his choice to be single.
William got kids for one. Matter of fact, let's bring. Matter of fact, I need to put the link. I forgot. I need to put the link if you want to come up, because this is an option for you to come up. I'm about to drop the link, and 50%, 52% of men are single with no kids. It's a large population out there. Drea, I guess you didn't know that, but
I did know that, Freddie. Thank you.
Oh, you knew that?
Yeah. Thanks.
And then right. So the thing is that you got all these women out here being empowered to fall into FOMO, and not like, if you're with a man or you meet a man, a quality man, like, you need to get with him and get out the game. The whole point is to get out the game.
Freddie,
the whole point is to get out the game.
You guys, if you're just tuning in, this is the token of the truth and our lovely opposing views on.
Right, exactly. I got the link. If you matter of fact, I'm gonna put the link on my Twitter. I'm put the link to my Twitter. Y'all see it? I mean, but so they can copy and just click to come in.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't know how to send it. We gotta figure out how to send it.
I just think there's somewhere to meet in the middle on this. I don't think that there should be this thing.
everything.
A woman, you better hurry up and have kids. You better get married, and that's the only way. There's no other way to live your life. It's like, I mean,
the thing is it's just biology. There is a time, and you gotta be serious with your time.
Sure, and Freddie, you know what? If it ends up where, hey, I don't have kids, and I don't have kids, that wasn't the plan. Okay. I can adopt kids.
But see, so many women they start to become okay with that in their head, when they know in their heart they want children.
Okay,
in their heart, because it's about in your heart. In your heart, what do you want? In your heart, what do you want? Do you want children or no?
I'm not. I mean, I do.
In your heart,
yes,
what do you want?
I want. Freddie, I would like a child. Yes, I hear you.
Okay, now listen to me here. Hear me out.
With my life choices.
Hear me out. That's what you want. Think about other things in your life that you want professionally. Let's talk about professionally. Professionally, think about the things that you want. Do you not do the work to ensure that you acquire those things professionally and you're serious about it?
Yeah.
So why would you not do the same thing personally?
I understand what you're saying, Freddie, but there's a balance in those things, right?
No. Listen what I'm saying. Freddie, I got a question.
For the choices that I've made, and maybe that has not been a priority.
Listen to my question.
Okay,
if Freddie, you would do the same thing professionally, why would you not do the same thing, if not more personally?
Because I just told you, Freddie, it took a different priority. That wasn't my priority to have kids, get married, and do all that.
I said, why?
Because I wanted my career more.
So, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. You
acting like I've been keeping this a secret. That's not a secret.
Yeah. It has to be said. I didn't want to assume. It has to be said. And so,
I have no problem saying that, because the fire, Freddie, for my certain things in my career was burning a lot harder for that, and that's what I wanted to pursue. I do not regret that. Just because society tells you, oh, you better hurry up and have kids. It's like, all right.
Let me ask you this.
Also okay not having kids.
Let me ask you this. You live to be 70, you never get married, never have any children, and you buy yourself a home.
Well, that's not going to happen. I would just adopt.
No, I'm not saying it is. I'm saying I'm giving you a scenario.
So why have this scenario, Freddie, when you already know what this is silly. This is kind of silly.
That's my point. That is my point.
It's the same thing like you said about one of my analogies. Oh, this is never going to happen anyway. I can't remember what.
No. That what I just said. A lot of women. That's the reality. They're 70 alone, never had children. That's the reality. A lot of women.
A lot of women. So many. Yeah. And they're all unhappy, and life is just terrible for them. I know. Yeah.
I don't know if they're unhappy or not, but But I will say, I would go so far as to say the majority of them aren't.
Mm. I know
The
you're right.
majority.
Totally, you're right. Mm-hmm.
I would say that.
Okay.
Because I just said that, and when I said that, you like, oh no, you immediately
and
talk.
what about the men, Freddie, that are 70, don't have kids, and not married? It's the women's fault. Like, what about those guys? Are they unhappy?
I'm not saying it's nobody's fault. I'm not saying it's anybody's fault. What I'm saying is prioritizing the things that you want. Like the thing is so many people prioritize.
You have to deal with your choices that you make, right? And I've accepted the choices that I've made, and I'm not going to look back on my life and be like, because if that's the time, it's the time. That's it.
But see, I'm not really talking to you. I'm talking. You're a conduit talking to the people out here, because that's who we're talking to, right? This ain't just a private. If we was on a phone, a lot of stuff I probably wouldn't be saying. But you're a conduit talking to the people out there. Because the thing is, there's a lot of other women who they want to be married, they want children, but then the thing is what a lot of women do is they prioritize their professional life, and there's no fulfillment in that life.
Says who?
Says life. It leaves you alone and by yourself.
Yeah, but there are women that do that probably are happy too. It's possible.
I mean, yeah. Are there some women here and there that I'm sure they are.
Listen,
but
if you want
absolutes.
If you want kids and you want a family and you want the career, you have to make that decision. And whatever the outcome of that decision is, what you have to live with. That's just
but right, and you're right. But the thing is you have to know what are likely outcomes of that as well. If you're a woman and you're going to prioritize your professional life through your 30s, you have to understand there's a high likelihood you will be alone.
And there's also people now saying, you know what? I have kids and I hate them. I don't even want kids. Kids are not for everybody.
Oh my God.
It's true. I'm not saying
Drea,
that for me.
Drea, you keep finding these little small little corners of life, and look at that.
People, right. And I'm speaking to people that are listening that may not agree with you. There's also this other side, Freddie, where if you make these decisions to prioritize your career, and maybe you don't end up with the kids and the husband, it doesn't mean that you're just going to be miserable for the rest of your life. You just have to figure something else out, and that is okay too if that's what ends up happening. I'm not saying that you should do that. If it's so important to you, then just make that your priority. And that's it. But you can also make your career your priority, and then you do something else later. That is also possible.
Right. You can do whatever you want, but we have to be honest about the outcomes. The outcomes for what everything you do has an outcome, has a cause and effect.
So then, Freddie, then what? So let's say the clock is done, right? You can't have kids anymore. You're not getting married. Then what should you do with your life? Is it just over? You're just sad and you just got to whittle away and die. You know what I mean?
I don't know what to tell you then. The best thing I can tell you is that to give that knowledge to the younger generation, let people know hey, look, you can decide as a woman, you're going to work throughout your whole life, throughout your 20s and your 30s. Just know you can end up like me without any children and without a husband. You can end up by yourself.
You end up like me, like I'm this unhappy. I'm fine with where my life is.
No. Wait, no. I'm talking about this lady that you said that can't have children no more. I'm talking about that lady the hypothetical lady you brought up. That's Jesus Christ. No.
You said you.
General Drea, do you know what generalities is?
You say general.
General. You general, not you Drea.
Got it. Thank you.
I'm not all this stuff I'm saying, I'm not speaking directly to you. Lord Jesus. to that woman who prioritized her career and was just single, and then she got to where she couldn't have kids, didn't have a husband, so on and so forth. I mean, there's nothing she could do then. It's the time is up, so it's over. So, but what she can do is still because the thing is older women ain't giving the younger women game. They're telling the younger women if whatever you want to do what you want to do. Go get your money, sis. Go do this and do this. When the fact of the matter is, you ask all the women, what do you want? In your heart, a lot of the women, I've met so many women, and it's I got to ask multiple times, what do you want though? What do you desire in your heart? Well, I want to get married and have kids. there you go. But so many women, they fight it because it's like, I'm 41. I don't know if I'm gonna have kids, so I can't. I gotta push down what's in my heart. My desires in life, I throw them away now because it may not happen, and that's unfortunate.
It is.
That's unfortunate. Totally. That's my point. So you don't want to feed into the generation before you to end up where you at.
This new generation, when you say you, like where you at, it's like you saying it to me, right? I know you're not, but that you end up where you at. Anyway, we're gonna move. We talk
about, generally speaking, the women who are like up against that wall, hitting the wall, biological, where they have to freeze the eggs. If not,
thank you. Anyway, my point is this new generation that's coming up now. I don't know. I feel like that idea is a lost cause on them. And so I'm interested to see what's going to come up in the future with family dynamics and some of the things that we were talking about, before we got onto the podcast, which we're not going to touch on that right now. But some of those things, all of that is shifting. I don't necessarily think that that's a good thing. I don't necessarily think that. I think if you are in your 20s and you do want to get married, then you should. If that's what you feel in your heart, then you should do all those things. I think it is happening later now because people do want to do other things. But, I can't change the new generation. You can give advice to people, but I feel like this new generation, they're just doing what they want to do.
Yeah,
Freddie, a good question, William, and he does.
Yeah. I want a wife and children. And here's the thing, like, I'm 40 and I didn't want to be an old dad. I didn't want to be an old dad, but that just is what it is right now because of choices. I don't regret any choices I made, but I can say that I made some wrong choices. I made some ill-advised choices. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. I could be honest about the situation, and I can also be honest and talk to other young men and say, hey, I do that now. I talk to men, I talk to younger men now that I hoop with. The one dude, I was talking to this one dude. He said he talking to this one chick. So he was like, I'm talking to her. We talking. I asked him a question. I said, so you talking to her? Either gonna get married or somebody's heart gonna get broken. He was like, he 25. He looked at me like, initially like what? And then he took a minute and thought about it. He thought about it. He was like, oh gee, oh snap, you right. Damn, OG. He was messed up on the. He called me. He was like 23, 24 at the time. I was 38. You know what I mean? He's like, he calling me OG. He's like, damn, OG. And it took him a whole stop on the train, which was like 2-3 minutes, where he was just sitting there like, yo, like that's crazy. And I was like, yeah, like you at that age now. You know what I mean? Like, like it comes later for men because men are valued on what they can protect and provide and what they can do. Like an older man has more value to a woman than a younger man. And vice versa for men and women. That's just the fact of the matter. I didn't make the rules. That just is what it is. But the fact of the matter is,
I would have argued with you on that about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Obviously, generally speaking, yeah. But a younger woman has more value than an older woman to men. That's just is what it is. Like I didn't make these rules. That's just how things are set up. And so, but I was giving him that game, so he already has the game prior. So as he gets older, that's in his head, it's ringing in his head, so he can make these correct decisions and not, because sometimes he might get out the game and he might get financially stable so he can handle a family at 27. He get there, he meet a great woman, get out the game. There ain't no point. Oh, I still want to do this. No, get out the game. Get your wife, get out the game, live a great life, have your legacy, and do your thing. But I gave him the game. I'm not gonna tell him like, you want to get with her, you want to just have some fun, that's what you want to do. But if you get with it and you want to marry, like, no, I'm gonna be truthful with him and say, hey, no, like if you get with her, you start messing with her, either y'all get married or somebody's heart will get broken. Somebody, and it could be yours. Your heart could get broken. She could break your heart. So just you could break her heart. And every heart you break, you have children.
I just don't feel like this new generation has the ears for that because they are so saturated with choices and things, and it's the overstimulation. So the thought of getting married to being with one person, that doesn't even make any sense to this guy. He's like, what are you even talking about? So, like I told you today, I was having a discussion with an older man today, and he's been married for 53 years. And I'm always fascinated by people that can stay married for that long. And he's like, look, back in my day, you just did it. Like, you don't have a choice. You got somebody pregnant. You're getting married. You're having the kid. It's over. It's done. Right. That is not what it looks like today. And so I am concerned on some level to see what this will look like in, let's say, 30, 40 years of everyone doing their thing, the hot girl summer. Oh, I'm not going to get married until I'm 35.
It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be, because we'll get into that. But the thing is that just because each one teach one, you can't take the approach to where I'm not gonna say nothing because I don't know if y'all gonna listen anyway. You just still give them the game, and if they want to listen, it's up to them. But you still got to put it out there and be truthful with people. That's the problem. A lot of us ain't truthful because it's like, because I got my demons or my skeletons in my closet. So who am I to tell this person? If it's the truth, it's the truth. I did my thing, but I'm still not gonna tell you to follow in my footsteps in certain instances.
I get that. William just said a good point. All right. They didn't have distractions like social media, and women couldn't work. Doesn't mean they loved one another. They just became complacent. So this brings up a good question, William, for me to you, Freddie. Now, these people that stay together and are miserable, they hate the person that they're with. Oh, but they've been together for 50 years, but they're miserable. They hate each other. What are your thoughts on that?
We'll come back to this. So with that, one, you gotta put it in perspective. A lot of people put it in perspective. They, like I said, people like to pick out like one or two or three things and have that represent the whole. Thing is that, like, so okay, what you're telling me is that the vast majority of relationships back in the old days, everybody hated each other. That's what you're telling me. Okay, that's what you're saying. Okay, cool.
I'm not saying that they all.
It is what it is.
I'm just saying
because the thing. It was also a different time. It was also a different time to where if you wanted to murder somebody, you can get away with it way easier. So if people hated people like that, people would have been dying. People would have been getting murdered. Like it wasn't nothing for a wife to poison her man's food and he did. Like, I don't know how he died. What happened? I don't know. And he did. She hated him that much. Like, like let's put it in perspective. We gotta put these things in perspective. If that were the case,
that brings up a good point.
If that were the case, then this would be the case. William, go to my Twitter and just cam up to it. Will, you can cam up, man. Like Will, I got the link in my Twitter, guys. You can go to my Twitter, Freddie B TV, and you can just cam up. Like, he posted all this stuff. He can literally just come cam up.
I love it.
Just cam up. So, but the thing is that you got arranged marriages in the Eastern world. Like people get married, like married at first sight. That's where that came from. People just getting married. Like the Western world started the whole thing like dating, and spoiling the gift before you get a chance to unwrap it. That's the Western world. The thing is that it's very realistic to learn to love somebody. You can be with somebody, you start to learn to love them, and you grow together. Because the thing is that, like going back to what you said about living with somebody. When you live with somebody, you can't go nowhere. So you got to deal with this argument. When you marry with somebody and it's hard to get a divorce, you got to figure out how to.
It's just
time out. You got to figure out how to get along. You got to figure out how to make that thing work, because you can't just go run and pay $400 for a divorce and dip. You got to figure out how to make it work. And also, divorce rates are way lower the more money you make. Surprisingly, think about that one.
That makes
Think
sense.
about that. Think about that. So, but look,
that absolutely makes sense.
Christopher Crowder said a great point. Just because people have more choices doesn't mean they have better choices, and that's also the thing we fall into prey nowadays, that FOMO, so many different choices that people just like can't commit. But let's go back to the screen I pulled up. All right. So going back to shacking up, you see higher levels of trust or satisfaction among married than cohabitating adults. Look at this. Be faithful to them. You can see the percentage of what people agree. Living with a partner, married, act in their best interest, always tell them the truth, handle money responsibility. Everything is lower when you're just cohabitating. Everything is low, even down to the sex life. Everything is lower. Everything is lower. Love and companionship, top reasons for marriage and cohabitation. Love, living partners lower than married. Companionship, lower. Look, except for made sense financially is the main reason. Convenience. Look at that. Convenience. That's why people live together. That's why
Well,
people
depending,
live
if
together.
you're living in a major city like New York or LA, that would definitely be
Right.
that's for
That's
sure a thing. That's
that's
a
why
thing.
people live together. That's why
I mean,
people
that's
live
not the
together.
only reason people. And you know what, Chris, he's right. People don't have discipline. I agree with that.
So Chris is married. Chris is married. That's my godson. That's the stepdad. He's married to Kim, which is I actually knew them both before they got married.
I know, but the way you made it sound, Freddie, it just sounds so. Listen, I understand I'm not married, but I understand marriage can be difficult. But it's like the way you just made it sound that you just got to figure it out and you got to tough it out and you got to work it out together. Like if you don't like somebody, these arranged marriages, if you just like you don't feel anything for this person, you just got to stick it out. That sounds awful. You spend your whole life sticking it out because you're married and you had the kids and you did the thing. You're just trudging through.
What do you think getting married is?
That's all marriage is.
It's not a feeling. It's work. Marriage is not a feeling. It's a business.
But yeah, but
it's not a feeling.
Better when you
marriage has nothing to do with I feel these warm and fluffies with this person. It's nothing to do with that.
Not at all, ever.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. What that is, that's that Disney fairy tale women were sold and it keeps them single.
I'm not okay. Okay.
That's what keeps y'all thinking. I think I gotta.
It sounds like you just marry without any feelings involved, right? This is just based on you write down this, you write down that, it matches up. Doesn't matter about attraction. Doesn't matter about any of that stuff.
I didn't say none of that. I didn't say none of that. I didn't say none of that.
White knuckle it.
I didn't say none of that. I didn't say none of that. What I said is has nothing to do with the warm and fuzzy and the butterfly feelings inside. It had nothing to do with that. Of course, when you meet the person, your eye is drawn to them. Attraction matters more to men than it does women. But generally speaking, women want stability.
We're more forgiving. That's for sure.
No, y'all want stability.
Visually, I'm saying we're more forgiving. Visually, like we'll deal with.
No, it's not. It's not. No,
yes.
No. It's stability. Stability looks good to you guys. What?
I'm saying physically, Freddie, you'll be a little bit more forgiving if you're going to get stability. That's all I'm saying. You were saying the same thing.
Okay. No, I think I don't know. But the thing is that women want a man that when he speaks, his peers listen. Women want stability. Women want power. That's what women want out of a man. Men want beauty. Generally speaking, God dang. Of course, are there that one? Is that one woman who just wants a man with a big penis and that's it? Yes, that's her. Yes, they exist out there. Congratulations to her.
A big penis. I wasn't even talking about that.
Or some women who just wants a good-looking man. He just looks good. He nobody respects him, but he's just cute. Yeah, that's very rare. And as soon as that woman,
you still can respect the guy.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Does a woman want a good-looking man? Yes. Before that is power, respect. That's what a woman's stability. A woman wants all that before looks. A man could be okay looking, but she like, he's straight. But when he walk into a room, mugs jump. Mugs, look, he's here.
Sure, that's
right. Yeah. As a man, you could look regular. You could be mid as hell. But if you walk into a room and speak and people listen, everybody stop talking. Every time you speak, everybody stop talking. That woman be like, God, dude, my God, Lord, dude, I think my vagina just jumped. Listen to him speak. Oh my God.
I said that's not a marriage. What's he talking about?
What happened? What?
Vino.
Look, guys, if you go to my Twitter, I got the link. Freddie B TV, go to my Twitter, click the link, you can cam up and hop in, and you can drop your. We're about to wrap this up soon, though.
Yeah.
But if you want to cam up, hit that link. You can hop in and drop some knowledge on us. Definitely drop some knowledge on us. But like I said, going back to shacking up, I just showed you the website. Everything is lower for people who live together prior to marriage and people who are married. Everything is lower. Only thing is better is convenience and financial benefits. That's it. That's usually the main reason why people live together, because we can save money. Why pay two rents? We can pay one.
That's not why we live together.
Yeah, because your man didn't have right. Yeah. So there's that. But and even with that, also another thing, even with living together, Well, look, we got somebody just popped in. Who we got? We got my man Willie
yeah.
Earl. Let me drop him in here. Is he in? All right. Hold on. Yeah, there you go. There we go. All right, guys. This right here. This is my man, William Elston. We can't hear you, my man. We can't hear you. Can you hear him?
No, I can't hear him.
We can't hear you, Will. Will, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
We can't. Make sure your mic is on. Is your mic on? Turn your mic on. Make sure it's hitting.
Oh yeah. Oh, maybe you have your headphones connected or something.
Can you hear him?
No.
Oh, yeah. We can't hear you. You can hear us, but we can't hear you.
Edit mic settings. Nope, it's on.
No, it's on his end.
Maybe try to come in again.
Come in again. So like I said, guys, the link is in my Twitter.
Add something before you come in. You have to make sure you hit yes to the microphone.
Yeah, I think you gotta say yes to the microphone, all that stuff, and make sure make sure the levels are popping before you come in too. But
yeah, that's right.
But what was I saying? I'm saying so yeah, in your case, that's what I was saying. Also, living together, a man cannot move in with a woman. Can't do it. She has to move in with him. A man cannot move in with a woman.
Why can't they just move into a new place together? A man can.
Or they find another place that nobody lives. They move in together, but he can't move in with her. He can't move in with her.
But what if she's in a situation like how you had a nice situation? Let's say hypothetically, your situation was reversed. Let's say your ex had a nice little rent situation and you wanted to move in and
you can't do it. You cannot move in with a woman. A man can't move in with a woman. You can't do it.
I can hear y'all now. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you. All right. Wait. Before you start. So guys, right here, this is William Elston. Went to school together, Chattanooga native. He's been on a lot of movies. He's done his thing. And so he has a daughter. He was dating the baby moms, but that's his daughter right there. So he takes his daughter everywhere. Yeah. He does a lot. He's definitely a present. He's definitely a present black father. A lot of people just like to say that, but he is an example of a present black father. And you have some issues with your baby mom, and I know since then you've been really out on women. But
what's going on?
But go ahead, William.
Well, first of all, I appreciate that. And let me plug this right quick. I'm in the musical, The Color Purple musical, up until March the 4th. So get your tickets. I'll give a website before I leave. So appreciate all that. Also look for me. There's a new Christmas movie coming out. And I just did my first table read with Tyler Perry during the Super Bowl. He made me miss the first 2 quarters, but it's all good. So look out for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So you done with the plugs. All right, we're going to plug you out there, but go ahead. Hop into it.
So first off, let me get an understanding of what's going on the subject. So explain to me, Freddie, again, what are we talking about before I even start giving my insights?
So I mean, as you saw, I just put up the website about living together, shacking up, cohabitating, and I say it is a detriment. She says it's a positive.
Okay. Now I'm gonna go off of what I did because Freddie knows I was married before to Miss TSU. I was married to Miss TSU. Shout out to Miss TSU. We were good friends. And I got married when I was 29. She was 23. So we was very young.
Wow.
We didn't know each other.
Wait, 29. Wait, William, 29 is very young.
Listen, she was 23 and I was 29. So yes. I didn't, as a man, most men don't know who they are at that age. So of course I didn't know. First of all, it was kind of an arranged marriage because we was kind of forced by the church to get married from Mount Zion. The rumors started going around that we was shacking. She was a virgin until we got married. But since she was with me, living with me, singing in my group at the time, we didn't even date. We didn't do anything. We just was living with each other, and I was kind of liking her. And next thing you know, I said, well, you want to get married? She said, yeah. 6 months later, we have a real marriage, a wedding or whatever. And we was married for 7 years, even when we moved to New York.
Wow.
Yeah, but so I did it from the point of, just trying to, as a Christian, trying to do the right thing.
Right.
Didn't want to be, that's when we used to use the word shacking. So we didn't want to be shacking, and we got married. So 7 years later, it's like, oh, we got to get divorced. We don't really know each other. We're not, good for one another. Well, it was mostly me. She never wanted a divorce. I kept begging her for it because I didn't feel like, as a man, some things Freddie said, I wasn't prepared to be a real provider and a leader or whatnot. I was pursuing my dreams. My music at the time was my marriage. I've been writing a book, matter of fact, called Married to Everything Except Marriage, meaning like I was married to my studio, the music, hanging out with the fellas, and I used the marriage as a side piece, as my, get together every blue moon. So
Interesting verbiage. Okay.
I treated her as not as a priority, and once I noticed that, because of how I was raised and born in a 2-parent household, and I'm a preacher's kid, I kept begging her that she deserved more, and of course she couldn't see it. I was her first everything, first love, just everything. So you know how that goes, and so she eventually let it down, and we went our separate ways. But from that, a year later, I am infatuated with the mother of my child. I can call her the mother of my child now because we good, but she used to be the baby mama. and I can say it, truthfully, I went to court 27 times trying to fight to be in my daughter's life. It was crazy. It was about women being vindictive because it didn't work out, and I didn't want to be with her no more. So just
So did you live with the mother of your child?
No. Okay,
so you didn't live with her. Why not?
Because first of all, when I first left New York, when you moved up there, I left because me and Yolanda, you didn't know, but we was getting divorced, and so I came back home.
I know.
And when she got married, she got pregnant, and then she stayed with someone else. And so I was sleeping, as a man, I had to come back up, man. I was sleeping on different couches, just different homes, whatever, until I got myself together 8 months in. By the time she was pregnant, I got my own place. But we was already falling out to where it was like, she has some, well, I got to be quiet because I don't know who's listening to this view, man.
Right. So with that being said, was there ever a time where you were planning and you thought it was a good idea for y'all to move in together?
Yeah, I believe in marriage. I wanted the marriage, even though I knew it wasn't good for me from my experiences with my parents, who was married about 30 years. And it was more like, all I remember was them arguing and whatever. But eventually my dad told me he stayed for us until we graduated and different things. And that's why I was talking about, when y'all was talking about these people from 30 to 40, 50 years, that doesn't mean they're happy. Some of them, like you said, are staying because of the situationship. So that was my
trudging through, Freddie, trudging through.
Exactly. Shout out to his parents. But look, so I want to go back to the whole, we're talking about shacking up, talking about living together. You and Yolanda, y'all live together, ended up getting divorced. Y'all got married at that time. And I think that you said something very poignant at the very beginning of the story, that she was staying with you as you had the group, you were doing the whole thing. And you said, like, you just turned in like, hey, you want to get married because the rumor was going around. So it sounds like, because the thing is that because the men hold the access to relationships and marriage, women hold access to sex. Women's power is in sex. Men's power is in getting married. So the thing is, if you don't get married, that's where your power is. And so you, as the man, it doesn't sound like you was on your business. Like, okay, boom. You kind of spoke to. You didn't have the provision for her to properly guard her and provide for her, all these types of things. And then even your approach to the marriage was like, hey, you want to get married? Not the way a man should be like, hey, let's get married and let's do this, and then the plans. So that's what I heard. Am I hearing that correctly?
Right. And let me add to the fact, the most important thing is I didn't love myself. So how can I love her when I didn't even love myself?
Right.
That's why I said I was young. I was very young.
Right.
I just went off the fact of letting somebody else tell me you need to get married because you're shacking.
Yeah, but I think a large part of that is, even before you get to the shacking, to everybody make you get married, like you said, you didn't love yourself, but why didn't you love yourself? You're talking about being a man and doing the things that a man should be doing in preparation to finding a wife. Because the thing is as a man, you got to be a husband before you go get a wife. Before you go find your wife, right, you got to be a husband already. And then that speaks to also women saying, which I think is the stupidest thing I ever heard, women like, I'll submit when you give me something to submit to.
I just watched a whole podcast on that.
Women got to be a wife before the man comes. Wait. I'm not. Listen.
No,
Drea, Drea defending? She defending herself. I'm not even speaking.
I was agreeing with you. Actually,
Freddie is basically saying a woman has to be a wife just like a man has to be a husband.
No. That's what I was saying. I was
right. And so the thing is like what I'm getting from what you're saying. You're not loving yourself because as a man, you knew you weren't able to be you weren't a husband. You couldn't do nothing for her. You just get married based off what somebody said. And the thing is the path that you going down is an arduous path in the entertainment business. They say 10 years for overnight success. And so we're talking about We talking about longer than that. We talking about 15 minutes. 15 years could be like on average. And so that's why, you doubting yourself. And as a man, that plays with your mind because it's like, I can't be a man. I'm less than a man. And so if the word that a lot of people use to signify being less than is bitch. And so as a man, you start feeling like a bitch. Like, I'm out here, I'm a whole bitch out here. And that plays on your mind. That plays psychological games on your mind, and you're in a fragile state. And so then you slowly breaking yourself down, and really there's no way out of that. You shouldn't be married because your woman can't help you out of that. There's nothing she can do to raise you up because she can't build a man. You got to come into it already whole. Like what we said earlier, he didn't come into a hole. He came into it lacking. He came into it lacking. Drea, you look like you confused. Go ahead.
Okay, but what about the ebbs and flows of a relationship, right? So you do get married, you come in whole, and then life does some different things and you aren't feeling so great about yourself. You just said a woman can't do that for you. But at that point,
you miss Drea, listen. So what I'm saying is from the jump, we say he didn't love himself. From the jump, he didn't have what it took. It's something different. And from the jump, you good, you got the provision, you can do all these things, and then you get cancer and all of a sudden you can't work, you can't do it. Like, that's something different. You got cancer. What can you do? You just gotta deal with it. That's where the love happens. Like some extenuating circumstances are just that, extenuating. You can't prepare for those. You can't plan for those. They just happen.
Full. Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Right. It's like for example, say for instance, like this woman is driving and she gets into a car wreck and she's in a car with her sister. She gets in a car wreck and she dies. Her sister lives. Let's say in one instance it was a drunk driver who hit him. In another instance, it was a lady who was 40 who had a seizure. She's had an epileptic seizure out of nowhere and hit him. Same thing happens, same results, but you have a different feeling, a different empathy because this lady couldn't help it. She had a seizure. She wasn't trying to. She's had a seizure, and it just so happened. But the drunk driver, like, nigga, you had choices. Like, you went out and drunk and hit me the whole nine. So, but I want to bring you back in with one quick last word. Like you said, with your baby, with your mother, your child, you were thinking about living with her, but you end up not. Why didn't you?
Because honestly, and this ain't just because we're on the video, but talking to my daddy, he was like, don't do like I did, because he was miserable. And he was like, he's just telling me, don't move in with somebody just because you have a kid because it's not going to be healthy for you. So that was one of the main reasons that helped me to not go in that transition of saying, okay, let's move together. Even though it hunted me at times because I saw my parents there still in me. And I know they wasn't happy, but I didn't know they weren't happy until I got older. I was just like, dang, when I think about it, that's all they did was argue and fight. And so that was. But
it sounds like your reasoning for possibly moving in together wasn't based on your relationship with her. It was just because you guys had a kid together. That's
I was basically infatuated with her. It was never like I loved her. It was just infatuation.
Yeah. Okay, that's different. You definitely should. Cool.
We'll appreciate it. We definitely have to bring you back on because I'm sure we're going to talk about, that was Will Elston. We're gonna bring Will back on in a future show, because I do want to talk about having children and that whole deal. We're going to talk about that. So definitely we will get Willie Earl back on with that. Woo! But yeah, so I mean, like I said, I think we brought somebody in. We had some people on the side.
We had a good one.
We definitely had a good one. So Drea, with last words.
Thank you guys so much. This is amazing, Freddie. Woo! I want to wring your neck, but I love you. It's been great tonight.
It is, and to end it off, guys, wait till you get married to move in together. It'll work out best for y'all. All right.
Guys, or move in.
It's been another one. You can't hear her. Actually, guys, it's been a great one, guys. It's been a great one. I'm your main man, Freddie B TV on IG, Twitter, everywhere. Y'all can follow me. And we got the girl Drea Renee. Make sure y'all follow her too.
Renee. Make sure you follow me. Did you mute me still? I hate you.
No, we can hear you, Drea. All right, y'all. We out.
Bye.